Hello, boys and girls. This is a special edition of Dewbeesnacks, excuse me, versus the UFOs. Now, this is going to be interesting because a lot of you um, conspiracy theorists find this entertaining, and well, so do I. Hell, I fall asleep with ancient aliens on my TV. So, yes, I do believe there is life out there. When you look up at the stars at night and you see how beautiful it truly is, and you see pictures from the global, Hubble, whatever, the telescopes that we shoot out there, yeah, when you take a look at those pictures, they're beautiful. I mean, each one of those little stars represents what, a galaxy, a universe. And there's thousands, millions. So you got to be pretty arrogant to think that there's no life out there. I mean, if you truly believe God created Earth, then I've got to go with the supernatural theory that God created a lot of universes. But, oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you, squirrel is in effect. Yeah, I already owe $1.50. Man. Anyways, yeah, squirrel is in effect. Uh huh. So, back to what I was trying to discuss before I interrupted myself, which I have to pay for now for a quarter. Bastards. Um, Back to what was it? Oh yeah, UFOs. Okay. Now, we we have plenty of evidence that if you watch Ancient Aliens, it's right there. I mean, the writing's on the wall, literally, man. I mean, take a look at all the temples and I, hello. I mean, they've got proof of so many different visitations from so many civilizations. I mean, how do you get the same kind of temple, the same format, the same building process, the same architecture, 5,000 miles away around the same time frame? How? Did they take a jet? Um, they invented the rowboat. You know, the proof is there, the evidence is there. Yes, this planet has been visited by something that hasn't lived on this planet before. It has to have. Uh, all right, here's a prime example as well. Before 1947, we really didn't have much going on technical wise. Our technology was pretty stale. But after 1947, wow, we really boomed. I mean, we really boomed. Uh, we all know what happened in 1947. I mean, even though the government wants to deny it, they reported it for a day anyway, right? Well, New Mexico, whether you believe it or not, something happened. Okay, and then, something else started happening about the same time when they started doing the nuclear testing. That the theorists think that it was the nuclear testing that brought about the UFO visitations. Now, granted that the first actual UFO sighting was in Washington State, and it was before we were doing nuclear. The time frame is a little weird to me, but anywho, that's what they're saying. Apparently, any kind of nuclear explosion sends off a wave, basically different kinds of waves. Some of those waves are continuous. They'll keep going no matter what is in their way. The sun does the same thing with its solar rays. There's a certain ray that hits us from the sun. The same thing. It goes right through everything, but it's felt. There is some kind of motion. There is some kind of a feeling to it. Now, if there are alien life forms out there that are a couple of thousand years more advanced than we are, then they would be able to detect something like that. The reason why I say a couple thousand is because if you can get into a spaceship and go anywhere and fly around anywhere like that, yeah, we got a long way to go for that. I mean, we can't even get Tony Stark to get his 1940 something Studebaker, whatever it was, to get it to float. He tried, didn't work. But these are conversations that I have with a lot of individual people, God, Lucifer, Saint Paul, Saint Andrew, Saint Michael, Gabriel. Yeah, I talk to all these people about this stuff, and they just smack me over the head and tell me shut the hell up. I don't know what I'm talking about. Puff, puff, give, I guess. Anywho, UFOs, they got more powerful, but as photography and video started getting better, technical abilities to enhance, man, we got all kinds of different. I swear to this day, Mel Gibson's movie, The Sign, man, when that little green dude walked across from the bush to the house, that freaked me the hell out, man. But but see, that's public image that we all get from movies, and Orson Welles scared the hell out of all of us. War of the Worlds was classic. He just proved paranoia. Everybody's mentally ill when it comes down to it. You tell them one story, broadcast it, and they'll believe it. Anyways, yeah, I watched a scary movie. I think it's 3, where they were making fun of Sign. Yeah, classic. Classic. But, Ancient Aliens is an awesome show, man. Because it gives you, not only you're thinking openly about different situations that they're describing to you, but also you're seeing beautiful architecture. You're seeing archaeology. Am I saying archaeology? Whatever. You're seeing some of the best work to try and make history. Yeah, and they're going out and looking at different structures out there that have signs on them of writing on the wall, or a little tiny bird that was a toy in Tutankhamun's tomb when they opened it up. And then when one of the scientists, or whoever you want to say he was, pretty well renowned, but he noticed that it looked more like an airplane, a glider. So he pulled it out, and they did more research on it, and it's one of those things. There are small things out there. They're still trying to figure out the pyramids. Writing on the wall, they had batteries back then. They had electricity. I mean, they were saying that the pyramid structures are power structures. They're formed in a way to shoot out energy, power through the different obelisks that are standing around everywhere. They're made in special form of granite that enhances it and shoots it out even more. different theories, like I'm saying. But it's like me, Dewbeesnacks, versus UFOs. You have to have common sense to know what is right and what is wrong. I mean, hello. But when you see the writing on the wall and you're given different options of what that means, of what it's saying, what it represents, and to that culture, that society, what it means to them. Okay? Because you have all these different stories about how UFO aliens taking people. That could be just them wanting to run away. You never know. Okay? There are some stories out there that hold truth. There are. It's like the paranormal community. I got a buddy out there who does a lot of work with that. And the spiritual, the supernatural stuff, all that cannot be explained, that stuff freaks me out. And this dude lives in an axe house, man. You know, but I know that's squirrel, some bitch. All right, well, damn, I'm at $2. That's a half a pack of cigarettes. All right, well that means I gotta light up. Anyways, when it comes to the supernatural, man, I grew up watching Poltergeist and uh, you know, Exorcist. Exorcist was the scariest movie to me, other than The Thing. No, 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 no. Anywho, okay, let's get back to UFOs. Now, you've got the Crasher 47 technology. It just boosts. We got microwaves coming out. We got VCRs. I went with the Betamax. I am guilty of that. I am truly sorry. Anyway, then you get a lot of people starting to say, oh, I see this, I see that. It's a UFO. Oh my gosh. No, it's a weather balloon. No, no. Oh no, that's a test flight out of such and such. Yeah. And then you got satellite feeds that are starting to come up all over the world, which they do have some great TV shows where they show you satellite images of things they have found. I love that. That's a great show. But anyways, you got satellites that are out there that are showing images of all kinds of different things, and they're getting UFO pictures and sightings outside in the hemisphere, and now, lo and behold, the government has released some UFO sightings. I wonder if they're trying to quench our thirst. Yeah. All right, okay. So, after we get all suckered into thinking that the government's finally going to tell us that they have known for quite a while that UFOs exist, what happens next? I mean, we've always wanted that. What happens when they give it to us? What if they actually start acknowledging the fact that UFOs exist? The alien race out there is real. Maybe they've been in contact with higher government officials, maybe not. Conspiracy theory, hello. Anywho, just transparency, man. We already know what the hell's going on. Why don't you just fess up and tell us you know what the hell's going on so we can get on the same page? I mean, do you guys worry about invasion? Because if these people are coming to invade us, you need to rewatch Independence Day. Yeah, put Yeah, never mind. I'm not going there. That can't be our guide to intergalactic peace. We've already got War of the Worlds. That's been embedded in generations because of his little hoax. But anyhow, UFOs have been around for quite a while. Whether they're made up or not, there are unidentified flying objects all over. Russia has so many records of it that weren't destroyed. China, same thing. I mean, China, it controls second most land. Russia, you know they had to. Russia has over a lot, millions of acres that hasn't even been touched. Mankind hasn't even touched it. So, I mean, you don't know what's out there. It changes. Yeah, you can't really figure things out because you don't know what's right, what's wrong, who's telling the truth, and who's not. Yeah, your mind is given so many different things about subjects like UFOs. I mean, if you type it in, I'm sure your computer will overload and crash. I mean, it goes back so far that you really can't make up your mind with the facts anyway. People tend to throw in a little bit of here and there when it comes to the facts to make it sound a little bit better on themselves. Everybody does that. That's human nature. You can't fault anybody for that. You like stories that make you out to be good, law-abiding, or different atmosphere you're in, Mr. Badass. 10-foot tall, bulletproof. Yeah, 2 brain cells cycling around a damn wheel. Anyways, I like watching different documentaries about UFOs because a lot of times they'll give you theories of, off-beaten tracks. And if you find something that you you get that wow moment, or you get that, let me think about that. Thank the Lord for Google. You don't have to wait until you get to the library. You can just Google it now. God bless technology. Thank God for 1947, right? Roswell. Anyways, back at the ranch, we were herding some cattle. And we saw this thing jetting down on the prairie out there, trying to move them damn cattle. But when that thing came down and hit our land and just went everywhere, it splat like macaroni cheese when you drop it out of your plate at a picnic. It just hit hard. Squirrel. I'm sorry, I went into my alter self. I do that every once in a while when I'm burning trees. But anywho, UFOs are always going to be in everyone's mind because of all of the coverage. The naysayers, the hearsayers, the conspiracy theories. Everybody's got an opinion about UFOs and aliens. Well, I'm sorry, but alien life, hence life off of the planet Earth, exists. You might as well just fess up to it. God had nothing to do with it. It's just science, not religion. Okay? I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just saying science trumps religion on this one. So anyway, I'm going to cut this a little short. This is a special program. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hearing my nonsense. This has been Dewbeesnacks versus UFOs, Part 1.